What is up, my peeps? Bethany here. Today we are going to be doing a creepypasta fanfic reading. Jeff the Killer, actually. But before I start this video, credit to the creator of this amazing story and to this amazing art right here. And since my stupid tablet won't let me see the creator, wait. Nope, never mind. It won't let me see the creator of this story or this artwork. So forgive me, but anyway, credit to the creators of this awesome stuff. Let's get started. Also the fan fiction will be in the description below. On today's news, a body was found recently. This one belonging to a 15-year-old male. This has been only one from 10 others found this month. That was all I heard before my dad turned off the TV. I cannot believe they still haven't found that psycho, my dad yelled, outraged. This past month, bodies have been found all throughout my hometown, some belonging to elderly, teenagers, and even little kids. All of these bodies have something in common. A smile cut into their face and a huge cut through their throats. Only one person has seen this killer and survived, but the thing is that the police couldn't get anything out of him because all he kept saying was, "Go to sleep," and "He's coming." The police were baffled by this killer. It was as if he was invisible. They have been trying to find him, and anytime they get a clue that leads them to him, it suddenly disappears. Dad, they have everyone on the law force looking for him. They are trying everything they can to catch him, I said, trying to calm him down. What good is it to have everyone looking for him if they can't find him? Dad, they will catch him sooner or later. At least, I hope they would. What with all the killings happening, no one was allowed out of their houses after the sun went down. Everyone found outside would be taken for questioning by the police. Yeah, well, it better be sooner. I don't want to see someone close to me end up dying. No one else is going to die, Dad. I tried to reassure him that everything would be all right. I sure hope not. I don't know why it says I sure hope not. It's weird. I walked up the stairs to my room wondering why they still couldn't find him. Why was it as if the killer was invisible? All these thoughts running through my mind were starting to give me a headache. Ugh, I'm just going to lie down for a minute, I thought. As soon as I fell asleep, I started dreaming one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had. In my dream, I was walking to school, but the streets weren't full like usual. There were no people walking or driving today. As I was walking, I felt a presence behind me. So I turned around, but of course, there was no one there. I was really starting to get creeped out at the feeling that someone was watching me. I decided to jog a bit, but as soon as I started jogging, I started hearing footsteps behind me. As I looked behind me, I once again saw no one. This was really starting to scare the hell out of me. So I started running, trying to find someone to help me, but soon I realized that I was alone. I kept walking, soon seeing my school up ahead. But as I was approaching, I heard a deep laugh behind me. For the third time, I turned around, looking behind me. I finally saw someone. It looked like a boy, maybe a couple years older than me. His face was covered by long hair and his pink hoodie. As I inched closer, I started to see there were some stains on his sweater. Red stains practically covering the entire front of made the entire front. It kind of made the sweater look pink, but as soon as I got closer, I saw that it was actually white. My mind was telling me to run and hide, but my body couldn't move. It was frozen to the ground. My eyes lay on the boy standing in front of me. I soon mustered up the courage and decided to talk to him to see if he knew what was happening. Hi, I said, my voice shaking. You know you shouldn't be out here alone, especially with all the murders happening around here, he said, raising his hoodie. Once his hoodie was off, I was able to see that his face was pale white, the same color as snow. I wasn't able to see his eyes since his bangs covered half of his face. One weird thing I did notice apart from his white face was the red scars going from corner to corner of his lips to his cheeks. It made him look like he was smiling. Some blood was trickling down them to his chin. You know it's not polite to stare at people, he said. I'm sorry. It's just that those scars on your face are bleeding. Really? I didn't notice. I guess I'm just so used to blood and its taste that it doesn't bother me anymore, he said, finally removing his bangs from his face. Once his bangs were removed, the first thing I noticed was his eyes, or better yet, his eyelids. He didn't have any eyelids. It was as if they had been cut off or burned. I couldn't stand looking at his face anymore. I had to look away, but I couldn't. It was as if he was drawing me in with those blood-red eyes. As I stared transfixed, he started moving closer and closer, finally stopping in front of me. My throat felt dry and tired, like I hadn't drank water in years and had been talking just as much. What do you mean by you're used to the taste of blood? I asked, probably my voice coming out raspy and high. You should really be careful around here. Don't want anything to happen to you, do you? He asked, his eyes boring into my soul, or it seemed they did. I think I should leave, I said, trying to walk around him. But in one swift movement, I was in his arms, my back towards him. I felt something sharp jab at my throat. You aren't going anywhere, he said, his face inches away from my ear. What do you want? I don't have anything, I tried saying to force my way out of his arms, but suddenly stopping when what I suppose was a knife started cutting into my neck. I could feel the blood dripping into my shirt. All I want is for you to go to sleep, he said, smirking. I think that was all that happened before I woke up in cold sweat. Drops of liquid went down my face as I remembered that smile he wore, those blood-red eyes haunting my mind, making me dizzy. Who was this guy? Maybe he was a figment of my imagination. No, it couldn't be. He seemed too real. Maybe I had just seen him somewhere, but I would have remembered that face if I had seen him somewhere. Anyway, guys, that's chapter 1 done. And I need to read the other chapters. This is the second time I've had to read this. The first one was to practice. That's why I didn't mess up as much. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Peace.